Good afternoon. My name is Gavin Martinez, and I'm just going to talk a little bit today about my internship this past semester with Young Life. Yeah, so Young Life is a nationwide organization aimed at introducing all high schoolers, middle schoolers, college kids, just all adolescents, introducing them to Jesus Christ and sharing the gospel with them. So, a little bit about my time in my internship with Young Life is here are just some of my responsibilities. I was able to run weekly events on Monday nights. So, we put on an event for high school kids to come and just have fun, sing songs, play games, win prizes, and ultimately at the end of the night, um, they got to hear a little bit about Jesus. So I got to run, plan, organize that event weekly on Monday nights. And then on Tuesday nights, I got to have a team meeting with all the volunteers that we have at Young Life, all the volunteer leaders. So as a part of my internship, I was able to run and organize and plan this team meeting weekly, which was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about how to lead people, how to be organized, how to be prepared, and it was very helpful and beneficial to our organization. So I was also tasked with hosting a Thursday morning Bible study. So this Bible study that I did on Thursday mornings, it was with high school seniors, and we met at 6 a.m. up in Jupiter at a small hole in the wall place called Rinaldi's, and I was able and just encouraged to read the Bible with them, have breakfast, and just enter into their lives. So that was one of my favorite parts about this internship. Another thing I got to do was be a part of our fundraising for the area. So what that looked like was I would get to create personal relationships with all the donors who give money to Palm Beach County Young Life, whether that was we would go out and get coffee, or we would go and do things, or anything like that. I was very the relational point to these people that are, funding our area and allowing and, you know, giving their hard-earned money so that we could fund and we can operate here in Palm Beach County. Another thing that I got to do this past semester was plan our annual big fundraiser, and this year we did a ladies' luncheon. So me and my boss, Brittany Taylor, we planned this ladies' luncheon. We did it at the Palm Beach Country Club up in North Palm, and it was a blast. We planned it, we got everything down, all the nitty gritty details, and we did it. And we actually raised the most that we've ever raised um, in the history of our annual fundraiser. So that was a blast. We got to do that. And I learned a lot about, just planning events, reaching out to vendors, and all sorts of things. But I think the biggest thing I was tasked with, the number one um, thing my internship was mainly for, and the best part about it was I was able to make disciples and introduce high schoolers to the gospel and to Jesus that may never have heard it before. And I think this ties into whether or not this opportunity or this ministry or this internship could be part of my calling. And I would say, yes, it absolutely is. I feel as though this internship has done its job, and it's introduced me to what a full-time position with Young Life could look like. And I am so grateful to be able to do it. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about stuff I learned while during this internship. So with conflict resolution, I learned a lot. I think the biggest thing I learned was to listen first and empathize with people before trying to maybe get my own point across. This was very prevalent in team meetings when we would discuss what we could do better, what I could do better, how the events were going, how we could grow, and maybe even doing like SWOT analysis on ourselves. And I figured that the Bible talks about it a lot, but just being able to listen before speaking is very, very important in a leadership position. And I feel like I learned that and was able to experience it. For our organizational culture, here at Young Life, it is very individual based. It's based on the people, it's very relationship based. And I feel like that plays into my strengths very well. And I'm glad I got to experience it because I learned that it is something that is very important to me and something that God has gifted me with. So, yeah, our organizational culture is individual and people based, based on building relationships and just tending to those relationships. The leadership style that was portrayed from my boss down to me, which inevitably I was portraying down to the people that I was leading, is a participative leadership style. And this really was just a very encouraging way to lead people. It allowed me to grow, allowed me to be heard, to talk about all these things. And with that being happened to me, I was able to pass that down to people that I was leading as well. And it allowed them to feel heard. It allowed them to, be able to share and be open and vulnerable about, how they're feeling within the organization. So, like I said before, I would 100% say that this internship matches my calling, my skills, and I am considering a career and future with this organization because of this internship. So, a little bit about our organization's values here at Young Life. We are a Christian based organization, and pretty much we believe that every kid has the right to hear the gospel. And really, our target is the furthest out kid. And what that means is there's a lot of kids, there's a lot of middle schoolers, high schoolers, college kids who don't go to church, who would never even step foot in a church. And those are the kind of people that, we are going after, that we are doing ministry for, that we are ministering to, that we are witnessing to, are those people. And yeah, with our values, our Christian values, we believe that we are called to be like Jesus, be with Jesus, and do the things that he did. And that is exactly what I have learned in and throughout this internship, is just what it looks like to be like Jesus and live like him for others in this world. So, yeah, I am really, really happy with this past semester and how the internship went. And I can say that I am strongly considering a future with this organization. And this class was very helpful, just structuring whether or not and thinking through all the things that I was doing in my role. So, yeah. I'm Gavin Martinez. Thank you for listening. This is my internship with Young Life from this past semester. Thank you.